Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alfany. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you could, please click that like button, turn it into a rocket, and send it to the moon. So, XRP, Ripple, they stand to have a very, very bright future, and holders of XRP, I believe, will be making a ton of money. Of course, we don't do price predictions here on this channel. I leave that up to you in the research that you have done. However, on September the 3rd, Ripple put out a very interesting tweet of an article about their SOC2 certification. Let's read the tweet right here. This is from September 3rd on @Ripple on Twitter, and it reads as such: reliability, repeatability, automated. Head to our engineering blog to learn how these three pillars earned us the SOC2 certification and why that's important for our ongoing collaboration with financial institutions. So, ongoing collaboration. What does that mean for the holders of XRP? That means, as I have been iterating on many other protocols such as XLM and Algorand, that means that holders of XRP, those people who are looking for the big gains in the future, which I believe will come, definitely, I believe will come, and stakers of XRP, right? They will continue to make money long into the future. So we're not just talking about getting rich, right? We're not just talking about having tons of money, but we're talking about is wealth over the long term. And this is one of the special things about protocol like XRP, also XLM, Algorand, these ones that are going to continuously be innovating and extending themselves into institutions, into banks, and also into nations. They are embedding themselves within these systems and will continue to make people money long into the future. Now, that, in my opinion, is very important. Long-term money. Okay, so let's continue on here. Let's click the article and let's go a little bit deeper here. So the article is written by Jeff G, and it is titled Certifying Ripple System and Organization Controls, SOC2. It's on engineering.ripple.com. All right, now let's scroll down here. And the article begins as such. More than a year of cross-team collaboration has resulted in an important achievement. Ripple has been awarded the SOC2 certification. Here's the bullet points. How do you make a computer system maximally secure and reliable? Disconnect it from all networks and never change any of the software or data. Second bullet point. How do you make a computer system maximally useful? Connect it to networks and make frequent changes to the software and data. Third bullet point. How can we safely balance these factors in order to offer our clients security and reliability along with regular product updates? By building a system which applies principles which enable secure and reliable data processing, and building formal processes to safely manage all aspects of change to those systems. Final bullet point. How do we verify whether we have done a good job in building the system and organization controls for our service organization? By inviting external auditors, that's very important, external auditors to assess our compliance with the SOC2 standard. Now, here we get into what is SOC2, all right? Because that's very important, right? We need to understand what they're talking about and why it matters. Here we go. What is SOC2? The System and Organization Controls for Service Organizations standard certifies that a technical system is designed and operated according to principles which support data privacy and security. I think this is one of the reasons that Ripple wanted to highlight this. There's a lot of people out there who don't like the fact that they believe, I'm not saying I agree, because I believe that XRP is sufficiently decentralized, but because of the nature of Ripple as a company, a lot of people believe, them, not me, believe that there is privacy and security concerns because of a particular centralized nature. A centralized like nature to Ripple itself, and working with certain banks and government entities, okay, through various means. So what they're doing here is showing that they meet these requirements. You don't have to worry about privacy and security. They're certified, SOC2 certified. There's no reason to worry. Let's continue on a little bit further. Why does Ripple want to pass SOC2? Banks and large payment providers often require a SOC2 certification as a condition of the bank using a given SaaS product. Because without SOC2 certification, the bank's internal auditors and security team would need to conduct their own audit of the product in the company, which is an expensive process. Not only is it an expensive process, but we know through our interactions with the Bank of International Settlements and actually reading through their documents, something that we do on this channel because we do our due diligence, that the Bank of International Settlements said itself, and it's the bank, okay? So when they speak, it holds a lot of weight. But they said they don't want to break from the norm. They don't want to overburden their people with extra work, and they will prefer there be external entities that do these particular things and just bring them the finished product. This is what they said because they already have an overburdened system. So this is very good. So in addition to it being an expensive process, it's all of those other things can be remedied by something like this, okay? That's another few reasons why that is important. At smaller payment providers, SOC2 certification can give them comfort that Ripple has been thoroughly audited and has strong processes in place to protect their users' data. Here we go again. So like I said, they're trying to ensure people, hey, your data is safe. And this is very important because there's been a lot of issues with a lot of the banks and them trying to vet new systems and test out their security measures. As we just, as we're hearing with, I believe it was, is it XLM or Algorand? They're one of the countries or institutions that's working with either XLM or Algorand was saying how, it was the Ukraine. The Ukraine president was saying how they want one of the things that XLM or Stellar Development Foundation to do is to help to weed out those illicit transactions that have been going on in the legacy system, the old system. They're expecting Stellar Development Foundation to bring a certain measure of security that would weed those particular things out. So that is what is expected of them, right? So a lot of the institutions coming into blockchain that are going to be utilizing blockchain are expecting them to remedy the illicit activities that have been happening in the legacy systems, as well as, let's say, other crypto protocol that have been utilized for a lot of bad things. We know who they are. We don't have to mention their names. But XRP, banking coins such as XRP, XLM, Algorand, Cello are expected to have and hold a higher standard of security. And this is what Ripple is showing. Just from the outset, hey, we're a secure system. You have no reason to be concerned about security. Whether you're a bank or an individual, you don't have to worry. We're extremely secure. We have even to show you and prove to you our security is top notch. We have SOC2 certification. That is brilliant. That is very, very good. All right. And what that means is it's going to open up more pathways for Ripple to do business with more banks, nations, institutions, and the like, okay? So let's move on here. In short, SOC2 audit is an independent seal of approval for Ripple's processes and its security posture. So they're pretty much iterating what I just said, right? So how did Ripple pass SOC2? Now, this I think is a very interesting little tidbit right here. Let's go into this. A reliable system starts with a reliable design, built on fundamental principles. As we have developed the system infrastructure which supports RippleNet, core principles such as code/data separation, fault isolation, and role-based access control have helped us manage risk by segmenting ownership, control, and resources. Now, something that I want to cover just very, very briefly, if you'd allow me, okay, is I was reading a document that I'm about to cover. I will be releasing another video today that is about the Fed payment system. Now, one of the issues that they're having with the legacy system and some of the new technology that's built on the legacy system that's not a part of the blockchain is that the messaging, the data being sent with the remittance is an issue. A lot of times they have to send it separately. Of course, this can be problematic and time consuming, but with blockchain, you can send the information, the data, and the remittance together at the same time. This is one of the things that makes XRP, XLM Algorand, and the like very, very state of the art, very tempting, and very, very convenient to use by banks, nations, and etc. So this is interesting that they covered this little piece. Pay attention to that. It says core principles such as code/data separation. Okay, it goes both ways. So they can definitely separate them, but they also specialize in combining everything together and being able to send it in a very efficient way that the legacy system cannot do. So I didn't want to gloss over that because I know that's significant. This is something that they're going to look at. And what does it mean for you and I? Look, the more efficient XRP is, the better it does, the more it can be adopted, the more easily it will be accepted by the masses and the mass of banks and institutions, which means for you and I that price stands to go very, very high. And that's good because we're here to make money. So all of this analytical thought that I'm throwing out there equals to us making more money. Subscribe. Let's continue on here. It's very interesting. Two important design decisions which have benefited us in the long run. Don't store secrets like passwords or SSL keys on disk. Instead, retrieve them from a secret storage service at runtime. And don't allow password-based authentication to your infrastructure. Instead, use certificates. A reliable system design must be repeatable, so we need a method for describing and deploying our designs. Infrastructure as code. Infrastructure as code extends the boundaries of what may be defined in software. System components like servers, databases, and networks are described in config files and spun using automated tools, which provides two important capabilities: repeatability and, this is important, auditability. Okay, listen, when you're dealing with governments and banks, they're going to, let me tell you something. They're going to want at some point to run random audits just to check you, just to make sure at times where you may be unaware, to make sure you're on the up and up, to make sure that you're secure. They're going to run random audits. So at any time, Ripple is saying they are ready to be audited. No problem. We have it available right here. We are openly auditable. And everything that we do is repeatable, okay? That is very, very important because it makes the institutions and the banks feel more secure with using XRP. Let's go on here. The GIT repository, the Git repository containing the infrastructure configs plus logs from the tools which apply the configs become a complete record of all changes to the system infrastructure. This gives us a way to audit or rebuild the running system. The expression of design principles in code, the automated deployment of infrastructure and configuration, and the auditable capability of our system infrastructure are the basis on which we are able to deliver the data security and privacy assurances our customers require. All right, so that is the crux of what they're trying to convey in this particular article. And I believe it not only goes for XRP, but like I said, XLM Algorand, the blockchain as a whole is very, very secure. Not all blockchains. Sorry, let me rephrase that because I'm thinking about the holy trinity of coins. My apologies. I'm thinking about XLM, I'm thinking about Algorand, and I'm thinking about XRP. So my apologies. These three protocols are highly secure, and they must be because they're going to be used by nations and banks. They must be. So having documentation, having articles like this available to those institutions is very important. However, this is a public showing. So this is for everyone who might not be affiliated with XRP, Ripple, right? to be able to read and absorb this information, that it is a secure system. You can use it. You don't have any reason to fear using this particular blockchain protocol. All right. Everyone behind the scenes is going to already have this information. They have been sent this in a secure file or something like that so that they can read it. And it probably is formatted much more differently, and it is probably worded more eloquently. But this here is for the consumption of the masses. But all of the institutions, all of the banks and such would have this information already and have gone over this with a fine-tooth comb. So what this amounts to is Ripple coming out and once again reiterating, we are secure. We are secure. There's no need to fear us. And we are an efficient system that everyone can use. All right. And so they're kind of opening the door for more pathways. We already know they have a multitude of banks they're working with, a multitude of institutions. So what they're doing here is opening the door for even more money to flow into XRP. And that is very, very good. Muy linda, mi gente. All right. Some of you guys, you panic a lot. Tranquilo. Okay, calm down. I think XRP has a very, very bright future, man. Oh my goodness. Once there's regulatory clarity and some of these deals get up and running, okay, because a lot of deals have been done behind the scenes, but once they're up and running, XRP is going to take off. I think it's going to blow a lot of people's minds. There's a lot of very, very, very conservative price estimates, but I think XRP is going to shatter a lot of expectations. The future is not set. There is no fate but what we make for ourselves. And I believe XRP is walking and living that out. We will see. We will see. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. And until next time, let's get to the money.